This episode of Tutcast is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Enter coupon code TUT1 and save an additional 10% off your GoDaddy.com purchases. Hey there, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial from Tutcast.com. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be discussing the extract filter within Photoshop. Now, in Photoshop, there are many ways of extracting an object from a background. You can use the lasso tool, the pen tool, many tools to make a selection and then delete the remainder. But there's also the extract filter, which you can find over in the filter menu, and if you head down to extract, you can click on that and it will bring up a new dialog box. Now there are some pros and some cons on using the extract filter in Photoshop. One of the pros is that you don't need a solid colored background to make a nice extraction. Unlike the magic wand tool, which relies primarily on similar hues and colors, you can have anything in your background and you can still make a very nice extraction. Another pro is that if you're dealing with hairs or furs, just like you see in front of us, we can make a nice extraction. Now if you're using the magic wand tool or the lasso tool or even the pen tool, it's very difficult to make a nice selection around hair and fur. Well, with the extraction tool, it's possible. It's not perfect, but it's possible. And probably the biggest con about using the extract filter in Photoshop is the fact that it's a freehand selection method. So when you're using your highlighter tool, which I'll show you in a second, you need to rely on either a tablet or a very steady hand to make an accurate selection. If you're not using a tablet and you're using a mouse like I'm using right now, your selection will probably be a little bit messy and inaccurate. So let me show you how this works. At the left hand side we have a few tools. We have the edge highlighter tool, we have the fill tool, and the eraser tool. Those are the three tools that we're primarily going to be focusing on. The edge highlighter tool is what makes our selection. Basically we grab this tool here. At the right hand side we have our brush size. We can choose what size brush we have. Now if we're dealing with hair and fur, we want it to cover up the hair and fur. So we would take the brush and we would basically just go around our selection or our object and trace it out just like this. We would continue doing this all the way around our object until it's completely traced out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this video, I'm going to trace out the object, and I'll see you in 1 second. Alright, and we're back, and I've traced out the whole cat. I went around the perimeter using my highlighter tool, traced out all the areas of the cat, made sure there are no open areas, as you can see. Now there are a few things we can do now. We have the